Oh, I don't know who's gonna show up today. I hopefully I did this unlisted because I don't need all the weirdness, weird people showing up. Anybody who views this, how are you doing? Uh, I don't know. It's just another day. Just my brain's racking. I was watching somebody else's YouTube video about being creative, and I realized that I tend to be creative at probably like all the wrong times. It's like I could sit down with a piece of paper and I would draw a blank. Probably I could sit there and just like stare at it, and it'll never happen. And then I could be driving in my car and on my way to work, and or my brain just kind of like starts going off into creative mode. I don't know why. I think driving's kind of my I don't know. It helps my process. I think it just takes my mind off of the fact I'm driving to work or driving somewhere. And I've learned that maybe I should just start hitting record every time I drive. Because I'll sit and think about something, and it might be a good idea. It might not be it might be an okay idea. I don't know. Start telling. Unless I start working it out through my head, and then through the process. Be like, okay, so like your players are, you know, looking for a reason to do something. So I mean, who knows? Hi, hey, what's up, Tristan? How are you doing? Yeah, I was just talking about how my thought processes are like at the worst time. Like, like if I'm sitting at home trying to write it down or type it out, it'll never come. But when I'm driving, you know, it's like my brain goes into that creative mode. But I never put it down anywhere. I just don't have the time. It's like when I get to work, I was like, maybe I should start hitting record on my phone. But that's what I was just talking about before you showed up. Yeah, I thought about that. But I'm afraid it's going to pick up too much like background noise. So, who knows? Or maybe I just do it when I get to work. I don't know why my brain's still thinking about it. Yeah, it's a thought. Of course, yeah. Whenever you're trying to sleep, usually when I'm trying to sleep, I just put something on, and I just lay there and I just kind of let the whatever noises put me to sleep. I don't know. I don't. My brain doesn't get in that. Because then, if it did, I'd probably be up all night. That's horrible. Yeah. Well, I'm also a guy who would fall asleep to listen to somebody doing woodworking. So you'd hear table saws in the background. It used to piss my wife off. It's funny. Any weird shit you see in one of my campaigns is because it came to me while I was trying to. Oh, yeah. I thought it was just the random roll of the dice. Because, you're very you fell asleep at a rave in the '90s. Damn, dude. Holy shit. Well, yeah, I already knew the random roll part. Shit. You've already discussed that one. I was like, oh god, what are we gonna come into? Just don't roll bad, you know. But yeah, I don't know. Like I'll sit and I'm thinking, okay, what can we evolve with a wizard, flesh golems and more flesh golems. I don't know. Thinking, I don't know. Like Frankenstein tends to come into my mind sometimes. Or, you know, I'll think of something, you know, it's like goobly goblins, you know. I don't know. And being it's Halloween, I'm surprised my brain's not thinking either, but it's, yeah, honestly, I've been too sick for the last week or so since I got back from vacation. It's just horrible. So I've been really interested in a lot of things other than coming home and laying down and then all the fun extra crap that's been going on behind the scenes. So it's not about me, but it's one of my family members. But oh, and the fact that I have to fix one of my vehicles. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I want to be. Usually, I have ideas, and then they kind of get lost to the wind for a while. Sometimes my brain will rewind and be like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that." That'd be something that sparks and be like, "I thought about doing something with that idea." I don't know if that happens to you. Sometimes you'd be like 6 months down the road and be like, "Oh yeah, I thought about that. Why didn't I use that?" Oh well. Maybe jot it down. You start carrying me a little notebook. I have one. I have a little notebook. I should just start jotting stuff down. I think that would help. But I always forget the notebook. It's in with my white box travel kit. Which is kind of weird. I don't know. Oh, so I don't know if you're teaching. Are you teaching Friday? I mean, you know yet? Well, you know today. Yeah, I know. It's funny as I was like, I don't know. Okay, yeah. Well, let me know if you want to do something Friday, and me, you, and Deckard. We'll do something. You know, if you want, if you're up to it, I should be up to it. Not too late though. Like I said, I gotta go do house stuff. I'll have to get up early on Saturday, but yeah, I don't know. I want to read more pulpy books, but you know, trying to track some of them down online seems may not be looking in the right place. So I have these. All my leaves. Oh, really? Wow. Cool. Well, yeah, I can see that. You don't get to carry that over, I guess. Well, I mean that could be a good thing, I guess. You know, I mean, you're not really gonna get that chance all next year, and plus, when you incur some leave time while you're over there. So when you like, so I guess it's not a bad thing. I don't know. I don't know how it works out for you guys. So, but yeah, you got more time. Hell, I wish I could take pretty much have 2 months off. I'd like right now, like have November and December off. Okay, yeah, okay. So, I mean, and plus you'd be overseas, so it's not like you'd be just, yeah. So 3 weeks isn't horrible, I guess, to use while you're over there. I mean, what else are you gonna be doing besides, oh, I'm gonna go travel here, do a weekend pass or something, you know? Well, you maybe get that. Well, you'd be able to use that time to come home, see the wife and kids, or are you allowed to do that? Or is it one of those that they won't let you do that? I understand why you're doing it. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that would be a fun experience for them, Yeah, that's definitely. My kids are too homebody-ish. They won't. The idea of taking them to Florida sounds nice, but once my kids get down there and realize that uh, it's hot, they don't like it, and they don't want to leave the air conditioning. But when two of them are autistic, and they tend to don't like things like that. That's why I said, is like, if we took the kids to Disney, they'd hate it. Honestly, they like the idea of going to Disney, but I think the actual walking and going and doing, and you're outside all day long, they'd hate it. Which, that's fine, because that saves me from spending about $15,000. Yeah, you have to drag the kids, but yeah, I know, right? I find that taking the kids out away from the house for like an hour or two away. Well, Legoland, yeah, I think that tends to escape their mind when it's something they're really dead set and focused on. But yeah, I mean, well, my son's gonna be 17 next month, and dude, that kid, I swear to God, he's almost ready to be an adult. I mean, God bless him. I mean, that kid knows how to do a lot of things, and you don't have to teach him much, and he'll figure it out. And though he can be annoying when he wants to be, he asks you, what mythic animal would you think would make a good Pokemon, or what do you think about this? And I'm like, I don't know. Or what, him be asking me, like, what kind of, yeah, he's probably more adult than you. Yeah, I know, right? Sometimes that's how I feel. I was like, my son will cook dinners. I mean, like, we're rat racing around, and he'll actually cook dinners. That's shit. He cooks better than I do, and hell, he almost cooks almost as good as my wife. My wife is a decent cook. I got one kid that likes to do that. My daughter's like in this preteen phase. It's just, I don't know what's going on with her. She went from being honor roll to I'm not giving a two hoots, but I think that's might be her ADHD's kind of getting out of control again. So I don't know. She's trying to rush through schoolwork. I don't know. She gets lost in technology, which just sucks. And it's like, you really just have to push her to do things. And it's like, I think I could get her attention on some, like, she wants to play D&D, but then it's like kind of, she gets lost, in other things. But she's, kids these days. Well, I mean, we didn't grow up with that. What we have now. So I mean, and that changes a lot, and I have to remember that I'm not I can't relate to the kids these days, because it's like, we didn't have the smartphones, and we didn't have the internet, and actually spent all day outside trying not to die. Just didn't wear helmets with bikes, trying to jump off sketchy ramps. I mean, that was my entertainment, watching my brothers they flipped off the same bicycle, and like 2 different times, each one, and my dad had to take them both to the emergency room. And by the time he had to take the second brother to the emergency room, they were questioning my dad. it's like I'm like, whoa, let's walk this back here. And I'm like, no, this is what it is. So I thought, like, my brothers almost basically had the same injury from the same bicycle. It's funny. I think my dad came home and threw that bike away. It's just, he's like, I'm not going through this again. That's funny. I kick him out of the house in the morning, and well, I didn't get kicked out of the house. We went out the house. It was just like, okay. I'm not saying we didn't had like cable TV, and you know, we had a Nintendo. That was the most entertainment we had. Oh, and an Atari 2600. I mean, and we had a boatload of toys, growing up. Well, as much as we could, mom and dad could afford to buy, but for us, without spoiling us too bad, But yeah, I mean, we just, we played in the dirt, rode bikes. So I don't know. But now see, I've gone down the rabbit hole of going from talking about being creative to how we grew up back in the 80s and 90s. So different times. Yeah, I don't know. I like the 80s. Yeah, the 80s were fun. From I only remember most of like from 84 on. That's where as much as I can remember. I mean, that's hard to remember much before I was the age of 4. So yeah, it probably did. Well, it didn't help, and you're watching movies you shouldn't have been watching as a small child. But yeah, oh God, there's so many movies that I don't even remember watching, and I probably did watch. It's funny. But yeah, because like there's so many fantasy movies, and I think the one that always sticks out for me because I watch it over and over again was Ladyhawke. I love Ladyhawke. If I could do like, I like the concept of it, and I like the whole story. It's interesting, and yeah, some people aren't too keen about the music in the movie, but I thought it was a good movie. As and I loved it when the Lord of the Rings movies came out. That was fun. That was Legend. Yeah, I actually picked up Legend on Blu-ray at Walmart. They had it real cheap. That and The Last Starfighter. It was like, I think it was like $8, and it was like you got the theatrical and then you got the director's cut of Legend, which is pretty good. I mean, I was like, holy shit. I love that one because sometimes I always think that was like Legend was it almost felt like it could have been like a Legend of Zelda if you really think about it movie, and just in a really dark way. If you really think about it. Tim Curry in that movie, dude. That was just awesome. Yeah. Probably one of the few like Tom Cruise movies I'll actually enjoy sitting watching. As much as I did watch Tom Cruise movies, like grew up watching like Top Gun and stuff like that. I like the first few Mission Impossibles. I haven't watched them all, but yeah. Yeah, it was pretty. Yes, yeah. Was that the first movie you saw? I I like Excalibur, but sometimes I just can't sit and watch through it all the time. I don't know why. I don't know, but it's fun. Yeah, I liked Excalibur. I kind of wish, like, speaking of like Excalibur, I kind of wish like the first night and with Sean Connery and Richard Gere. I think if they had casted anybody for the part that Richard Gere played, for Lancelot, I probably would have been more happier with the movie. It just didn't seem right. It's like casting Kevin Costner as fucking Robin Hood, which I think was kind of weird. I think that movie. Yeah, like, exactly, like somebody British. That would make sense. But hey, it's Hollywood. They're gonna get the A-list actors. You know what it is at that time, and definitely wasn't a British actor that they were looking at. So, well, shit. It's getting about that time. I guess I need to get off here. So, before I am late for work and then they dock me for my vacation time. Well, all right. Well, thanks for stopping by, Tristan, and I'll catch you on the flip side. So, peace out. Have a good day. I'm working from home. Must be nice. Later.